Have you read the history books?
Is that your question?
Yes.
Okay, I wrote it down. Thank you. What's next?
I think the solution might be what you already said, that the Israelites, what they should go where you went, to Palestine, and live among the people in order to know what they're going through, and they should be stripped of their title. I wonder, is that a possibility for them to go and live with the people that they oppress?
Is it possible?
Yeah, no.
So, I'm Egyptian, my name is Marwa. So, most of what you said is the history which I studied, but one part which is missing, the very first part about how the Israeli state started, this is I agree with. And all what you said I agree with. One part which is really missing is how the disaster is right as how it is now, is because we had those kinds of leaders in Egypt, in Jordan, and in those areas. Those helped. It's not only the Israeli mistake, it is the mistake of the Arab leaders at the same time. Somehow they cooperated, they were lazy, they did not support the truth. So this is, I know it's not a question, because I believe in the Palestinian issue, and there is no Palestinian student in Michigan Tech. I'm going to walk with the Palestinian flag and the Parade of Nations, so if someone wants to walk with me, I don't have anyone else to walk with me. I'm the only one who's holding the flag, and it's my flag. We don't have a flag in Michigan Tech. So thank you.
Okay, so, okay, more questions. Okay.
How many generations do you think it's going to take for the Palestinians and Israelis to get over their hatred?
And one more, please. Yeah, you.
I don't want to make it sound like I haven't been listening, because I have. And the question I'm going to ask you, I'm quite certain how you would answer in general. But I'd like you to say a little bit more, because one of the defenses that I always hear from people who defend the Israeli state, the defense is always the rockets and the tunnels. And I wish you would talk a little bit more specifically about the rockets and the tunnels.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
I think we have about 3 questions out of all of this. Well, the first question, did I read the history books? I did, so we're going to leave it at that. I'm not going to argue with you about history. In terms of the possibility of Israelis going to Palestinian areas, you know, that's exactly the problem. That in what the state of Israel does, not only is it difficult mentally because you learn that it's dangerous, but in many parts there's a big wall, and there are soldiers, and there are checkpoints, and even in sometimes just between one community and the other, on the Israeli side they want to build a wall because they don't want to see the Palestinians. So that is exactly the problem. You live in 2 different spheres and under two different sets of laws. One is the laws of the oppressed, the occupied, and the other is the law of people like myself, privileged. And to move from the area, from the sphere of the privileged to the sphere of the other, like I said, geographically, sometimes it just means going across the street. But it is mentally, emotionally, it is unthinkable, because they're Arabs, they're crazy, they could kill us, they hate us. So I agree with you 110%. That is exactly what needs to happen. But I think it's going to be the other way around. It's going to be once Israelis lose their privilege, and once there is a reality of equality, then people will do this and say, you know what? The sky hasn't fallen. We can do this. Our kids can go to school together. We can have a Palestinian prime minister or a Palestinian president, and you know what? He's probably just as bad as the Israelis were. You know, I mean, that's the reality.